name is Nicola Wensley and I'm a partner at Page Executive. I'm very excited to be here today with Leanne Cahill, Chief Executive of Bravissimo, a nominee for the 2022 Retail Week Diversity Champion Award, which Page Group are proud to be sponsoring. Leanne, lovely to speak to you today. So why do you think you're being considered for this award?
Well, I'm clearly not alone in promoting diversity and equity and inclusion at work. I think pretty much, most organisations now see the value in that, in, employee engagement and well-being, and most people have at least some degree of initiatives on it. But I think probably where I'm a bit more unusual is maybe my view that individuals that bring that diversity have often got strengths and qualities that go much further than just having a diverse perspective in the room. I tend to go with the belief that people who've been faced with barriers and challenges and overcoming those, that can build some of the most valuable leadership capabilities, resilience and self-belief and confidence. Those people that achieve in challenging circumstances have just got so much to bring to organisations. So I think that kind of positive take probably drives a slightly different approach and maybe a slightly different level of action. I'm really focused on actively working towards a sense of belonging. And I want to attract and engage those people. So, for me, feeling like you really belong at an organisation and you can really be yourself is a massive enabler to you thriving and doing, a really great job.
It's great. And why is it important for you to lead a truly diverse business?
So I know from my personal experience that the difference in myself and my happiness and enjoyment at work and ultimately performance, as I was saying, I think, that in a scenario where you feel potentially on the periphery of an organisation or like you're maybe not quite the same as the people who are really valued and doing well there, versus when you feel that you can really be in the middle of things and really be yourself. It's just night and day, those two scenarios. And I want people who work with me to feel that they really belong and to be able to thrive and love their job. I think diversity is not the only ingredient needed for belonging and feeling that way at work, but it's a crucial ingredient. I think, if we haven't got true diversity, then only some people can really feel like they belong. And by definition, others are feeling excluded. So it's really important to me that everyone knows that that's my aim. And everyone knows that they can come here to fit together rather than to fit into something. I think that's, if I'd had that sentiment and that said clearly, I think from leaders that I've experienced in the past, I think it would have really had an impact on me, and it would have really helped me probably speak up when I should have spoken up about things. So that's why it's really important to me to do that.
Great. And what steps have you taken to ensure that diversity is embedded into all areas of your business?
So I think it's a continuous, a work in progress. So it's more kind of what have we done so far, because we're continuously looking at this. Some of the things we've done recently, in recent years, we've been much more clear on our statement and our approach to diversity and inclusion, internally to our own people and externally as well, for our customers. We have signed up to the British Retail Consortium's Diversity and Inclusion Charter because I think for especially mid-sized businesses like ours, where we don't have lots of dedicated teams, it really helps us keep a focus and holds us to account. So that kind of helps us with our pace on things. And it means we can collaborate with other retailers as well and kind of get together and make more of an impact than we could individually. I also take personal accountability for D&I at Bravissimo. which really helps our agenda internally. It means just by definition, it's on the agenda.
Yeah.
And we've got a really established D&I group now. We spent a while as a D&I group, and we've now evolved into a belonging at Bravissimo group, because really that's the outcome that we're focused on, and diversity and inclusion are really important parts of that. So I'm a member of that group, and I work alongside all the other members. So we really try to help steer the agenda. We take ownership for actions, and we're working on communication at the moment. I think that's something that we need to get better at, kind of outside of the group. But we do a lot of active listening as well. I find that having small groups of people and having conversations with them, we get much richer feedback and a lot more content than we do perhaps if we do whole organisation live videos, but actually we get a lot more from people on a smaller scale. So we do a lot of that, and that's actually where a lot of our insight and ideas on where we really should be focusing on what's important to people, that's where a lot of that comes from. I could keep going. We've developed our product ranges, so we've got an amazing selection of, for example, deeper skin tone bras. We've developed our own, and we've worked with some of the brands that we stock to make sure the very best products are available in a range of skin tones, not just some products. And, some things can be actually what's seen quite minor things, but they're really quite impactful. We're currently developing name badges where you can have your pronouns on your badge, so everyone knows what you prefer. All sorts of things. But I think all of those things that we do internally, we're doing a lot of training with our people and our managers on inclusion awareness and so on. On it goes, but there's also an external agenda, because I think if we can share our stories, what we're doing internally, but also about us as individuals, that really helps to role model and helps other people see what opportunities are out there and what other organisations are doing, because not everyone is happy with what their organisation is doing, and I think it's good to compare and to stir that up a little bit, so people can kind of take the best of what they see outside too.
Share notes as well, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, great. No, that sounds really good. Really, really good. And what results are you seeing from these steps, and what effect has it had in your business?
So I think sometimes this is a really tricky one to answer, because the benefits of what we're doing and all of this work are so intangible, at least initially, I think. So I find it best to really listen to what people are saying. A lot of it is kind of, it's in people's words and sentiments more than it is in hard numbers. So the feedback that we get from people who work at Bravissimo and from our customers can really kind of tell you whether we're getting it right or not. We had one example, Dorothy, who works in our Oxford store. She actually grew up in South Africa. She's a black woman and really felt like she didn't have a voice, and she just feels heard, respected, like she's really able to make a valuable contribution. And she's part of moving everything forward, and that's so empowering for people. When you hear that kind of feedback from people in the teams, you just think, we're getting something right. We might have lots more to do, but we're going in the right direction. And we survey belonging as well as diversity characteristics. So that's always good as well. We do have a high belonging score at Bravissimo, but there's always little, opportunities to look at where are the gaps and why are those gaps there, and that helps our focus as well. So looking at that kind of level of engagement. But ultimately, I think, some of those harder results, I guess, that we can all see, our customers benefit from this. So they get to benefit from having an amazing experience with our teams who were super engaged, and they will vote with their feet on that, which is always great to see.
Absolutely. That's great. It's so lovely to hear some of the ideas. Like I said, even the small things, but they make such far-reaching benefits as well. Thank you very much for sharing that, and thank you, Leanne, for joining us today. And I really look forward to seeing you all at the Retail Week Awards next week.
Thanks, Nicola. Thanks very much.
Yeah.